fucking show you are about to watch contains some fucking graphic adult content that a lot of you pussies will get offended by. The show is intended for adults with a fucking sense of humor. They like to say words like shit, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, ass, twat, balls, dick, prick, and butthole. So if that offends you, just leave now and fuck off. If the scenes and pictures that we talk about are offensive to you, eat a dick. We didn't make the movie. We are reviewing it. Calm the fuck down, Frog Tits. Now that you have properly fucking warned, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. Fuck!
Bigfoot, undisputedly the world's most entertaining cryptid. Join the Reverend Jeff Kelly and your old pal Wes as they discuss the best and worst the media has to offer. Movies, books, TV shows, commercials, all on Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly.
Everybody to Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. That's right. I am your host, hatless host, the Reverend Jeff Kelly, and happy 4th of July. Half of me wishes you a happy 4th of July. The other half of me wishes you I get the fuck out of my country. Not sure which is really taking hold today, but I do have the old red, white, and blue on. As with me, as always, is your old pal, Wes Losner of weslosners.com. Maybe still?
Yeah.
Okay, it's still rolling.
For a few more months, actually.
A few more months. Look at that. So you'll be back in action by then.
Yeah.
Also partially brought to you by Angel's Dust Seasoning. That's right. You can go to facebook.com and get you some Angel's Dust Seasoning. I finally got mine in. Oh, I can't wait to try it. It literally got it out of the mailbox today. Oh, dude, I tasted it. It's amazing. The Angel's Dust Nectar. I just don't know what to try first. Anyhow. Get into Facebook. I don't know why this crap looks like this, but it does. So this week we decided to watch Spook from 1988 about yowies running amok with this family down in the land of Oz. And I got to tell you,
literally amok. It
was fantastically cheeseballish. It really, truly was. Wes, why don't you go ahead and get us started on?
All right. So.
Spook. From 1980.
Yeah. And you know what I was going to say first before we even start about this? That intro. Like, the people that complain about that shit, you can hear me in the beginning every single time. Why is it funny to me every time?
Not funny to them? I don't know. It definitely offends the people that it's supposed to offend and does the trick. Because after they completely bitch about, is that cursing just for cursing? Is that supposed to be funny? As a matter of fucking fact, yes, it really fucking is. Anyhow.
Yeah. So this movie was made in 1981. All right. So 88. Oh, okay. All right. I forget what I was looking at. It said 81.
Well, IMDb says it's 1988, and it was definitely of this video. So anyhow.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, 88. All right. Still back in the dark ages.
Back in the day, bitches. Back when NWA was cool and breakdancing on the street corner on cardboard with a boombox was like the thing.
And Mexican brickweed was all you had.
Yeah,
but anyways, so in true fashion, okay, they said, okay, all right, Mike, what? I hope I sounded right, but they said, okay, we're gonna make a movie about the Yowie, and just like those Yanks, right? So they picked up on what Bigfoot movies are out, right? In their time, and so they're right back in the basics with how you fucking start a Bigfoot movie. You get the whole scene of where it's going to take place. You see the entire Australian outback, just all the lush area, right? And then you get Biggie vision, but it's not Biggie, so it's a new copyright for us, Yowie Vision. So we're going to get Yowie Vision through this. And what you see is in the beginning, he's huffing, he's walking through, everything like that, right? He sees construction going down. They're fucking up his forest or the outback or whatever the fuck they call it back there. And he just is, you hear his gurgling, getting angrier, right? So you're like, okay, it's going to be one of those movies. His land's getting fucked with. He's going to go fuck with some people, right? So right after that, you get this like guy, he's like looking around. He's got a family with him, and he's like lost in Violinville, right? You start getting that wacky music like all Bigfoot movies. Yeah.
We got to get old Stelio Contis, old Jonathan, to start writing us a Bigfoot score for our Bigfoot movie. Because it just takes a single string guitar, right? Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And just play it through the whole fucking movie.
That's right. 6.5 minutes long of a boat ride. Ain't that right, T-Fish? The hell happened to T-Fish? I think Grimace ate his little ass. T-Fish, don't do that, T-Fish.
Oh, T-Fish.
If y'all don't know who T-Fish is, you need to go back and watch our edition of Return to Boggy Creek, I believe it was. Where little Dana, the little white girl from God bless it, little Arnold and his brother, the Drummonds.
House on the Prairie.
No, fuck, who cares? Move along.
All right, so we're at a gas station, right? And the dude's honking. He's like just pissed off, and he's just like, well, "Where's the service at this place?" And so like the dad and kids get out, and then the wife, she goes out walking, just starts searching around the place and everything, and she runs into who I am going to name because he doesn't have, I don't know what his fucking name was, but we're going to call him Creepy McCreeperston because all he does through this whole movie is creep until we'll get to that. However, so Creepy, he gets her back in towards the car and everything, right? But he's not done with her yet. And so the dad's like, hey, guy, you work here? And Creepy, he only knows one word. You're only going to hear one word out of this guy, and that's yeah.
Station. Oh, sorry. No, that's a different movie.
So he just, yeah. And so the guy says, well, how about some service or some shit? And okay,
you can only understand like 2/3 of the people in this movie.
Oh no,
1/3 of the people in this movie are Crockett in the Eastern and Crockin. Right, it's Crockin. I mean, that's about all you heard out of some of these people. Right, this Crockin.
No.
I'm gonna Crockett and right this Crockin. Crockin.
It's exactly what I have written right here because right after the dude goes in, they go to a diner, and everybody's a fucking asshole to him in this diner, right? And like everybody's being a prick. And this is something that just blows my fucking mind in the end. Like, and we'll get to that because I don't want to rant now. But anyways, so these people are being dicks to him in the diner, and they had to like aggressively order their dinner. Which
it's like, what do I gotta do to get a fucking koala around here? I gotta sell a fucking koala burger and a fucking bloomin' onion. You fucking people won't give me shit around. I can't even get gas in this fucking town. Who you gotta fuck to get us a little bit of service around here? Sorry.
So then, right after they get their drinks and sit down, some of the locals start asking them what the hell they're doing out here and telling them this ain't no place for a holiday where they're going and all that shit. And everybody's just being a dick, right? So, like, right at this moment, exactly like Rev said, I was like, this movie needs fucking subtitles because I know they're speaking English because I'm just like, what the fuck did he
Crikey,
just say?
Crickety.
And it gets even fucking worse because even the actors, the main actors in this, you're just like, okay, yeah, they talked about something.
But he got right this crickety.
It was bad. But so
Crikey,
while they're driving on their way to their cottage or whatever the fuck they called it, they're getting followed on the road by Creeper. All right, and so the Creeper fucking gas yap guy fucking like just goes and crawls in the bushes and starts just living there.
Dude, that is so creepy. Oh,
Yeah.
it
Like,
gets
how do you
you-
not notice this big giant ass bubble with a big orange hat on? I just don't understand this. Like, if I like he was more rounder than me. I know I'm a big guy, but he was more rotund and bulbous.
Yeah. Crickety, right in this crickety.
Yeah, but so I don't know how they didn't notice him. So, anyways, right after that, fucking the fam, like, they get to the cottage that they're staying at, and they're just looking at it. They're calling it a dump, you know.
Who brings
crap.
their family on vacation here? Look at it.
Yeah.
It scares me, kids. For course, get me the fuck out of here. Okay, look at this. You want me to stay here? Crickety, right in this crickety.
So right after that, the wife and the husband, they have a fucking argument about something.
Yeah,
I don't know what
this
the fuck
totally
they
should have been
fucking-
called like domestic violence down under. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like the sub. That's like the subtag. Spook. Domestic violence down under. I mean, because these people treat each other like shit from the time they start this movie. You could tell that he was a dick when he was looking at the map and it just when they pulled up to the crossroads and he's like, didn't say shit to her. Just
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this guy. I hope
Yeah.
he gets eaten. I was
Yeah.
already rooting for the Yowie.
Yeah.
But
I
these
thought
people
that's how it
are
was
just
gonna
pissy
go
to
down.
each other through the entire movie. It's like, I don't care about your domestic problems. I want to
Yeah.
see Bigfoot kill shit.
Yeah. So right after that, the kids are swimming, and like as they're swimming, it goes from happy music, and you start getting this little dark music, start rolling it, and then it blends in, and then you get like the growl and the breath.
That was a better production than what was in the movie. They should have bought
yeah.
it from me in the first place.
Oh, don't even get me started. Yeah, so he's being very generous on how they made it sound. But so right after that, it shows it like going through the forest, okay? And when you're going through, like, now I'm gonna pick it apart because I'm looking at those kind of bushes, and I've seen those kind of bushes before, right? So I know that they're only about like a foot high, and I'm seeing where he's passing at eye level through the tree line. And I've put a guesstimate at the Yowie's about 4 foot. So,
well, yeah, from what they were
take what
trying, until later when we actually see it, you get the idea that it's 4 foot. Maybe it's crouching down. Maybe it's crouching down behind the
I don't
bushes
know,
and
but
looking
it's
out. But
really
it wasn't
fucking
very
low
high,
when they do
right?
Yowie vision.
The Yowies aren't really claimed to be, 6 and 8 and 10 feet tall. They're claimed to be 5 and 6 feet tall. So hey, sure.
So after that, the dude and the wife are like, they instantly are getting into their problems, and dude basically says, "I regret meeting you, having kids. I fucking hate you."
Yeah, if you want to have the most
had
miserable
everything
vacation
handed to
ever,
me in my life, like
that's it.
this
Just
fool's
crickety
got
her right in her
$12 million
crickety,
dollars.
and then crickety her right in her crickety, and that is exactly how you'll get it, man. Wow.
Oh my
I
God.
don't like you. I don't like your dirty kids. I think you tricked me. I hate my life. I think I should move out into the country somewhere. Why, you dirty bastard. I settled for you. I gave you 2 kids. I popped out these 2 little monsters out of my crookedy, and my crookedy is never going to be right again. So now you've crookedied me right in my crookedy, you crikety.
We've just lost all Australian fans. Independence Day, y'all. We love
God
you guys.
bless America. Now get the hell out.
That's horrible. But anyways, so there's this drawn out scene, and like they leave the creek and everything, and then you get
I
Biggie
officially
vision,
named
or
this.
Yowie vision.
I officially named this the Timey Kangaroo Down episode. Timey Kangaroo Down sport. Timey Kangaroo Down. Why? Because Australians hate that guy and hate that song. So if we're going to piss off the Australians, let's just do it right. The Timey Kangaroo Down episode.
Rev goes straight for the jugular.
Woo,
Anyways.
yeah. Kick him right in the crotch. If you're going to kick him, you might as well do it right.
So, what better time to practice your golf swing You know?
And pitching it right into the woods. You know, that's nice.
So
and that's one lazy ass Yowie. I mean, he literally almost reached in and touched the Yowie while he was getting balls in the trees.
Yeah.
How did them balls get up in them trees? He never pitched
saw
them
that? Like he was reaching high and pulling the ball up.
He never pitched the ball that high in the first place. Did the Yowie put it up there?
Oh,
just to get him to come in closer? I don't know. Just some weird shit going on. Crickety him right in his crickety.
Okay.
Pop up the first. Runner tags up 1 second.
It's nighttime right now, and the fam's like fucking looking at an animal book and talking about animals they might see and shit like that, right? And then you get the sheriff, or wait, no, right after that, before that,
he was pitching the balls.
Sheriff had the sheriff, okay, and now it says sheriff. And the fucking guy has a conversation with one of the other guys that saw them at the fucking bar or diner or whatever the fuck. And they talk and shit about telling these people to get away because there's something back there, right?
Because they're going to crookedy them right in their crikey.
Okay, so you're seeing concern for the people not to get killed, but yet you're treating them like assholes.
Right. Like, why don't one of you sit them down at a table and go, look, there's a weird fucking creature out there that's going to eat your ass if you stay at that cabin. So why don't you just be smart and go somewhere else? Yeah. It's not that we don't like you. We just don't want you dead here.
So keep in mind.
Crickety him right in his crickety.
Right in his crickety. Crikey. But so the sheriff shows up again and shows up to these people's cottage and tells them, you know, why are you staying here? Talks to the husband and shit, and tells them, hey, you know what? I'll put you in a nicer place on the other side of the mountain, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So, but giving the guy kind of an attitude, and so they, you know, like, basically the guy tells the sheriff to fuck off, right? So then the sheriff's like, you've been warned, you know, and then the sheriff goes, you got a gun?
Look, crickety.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to warn you about this Yowie thing going to crickety you right in the crickety, because I can't understand anything half these fucking people are saying in this show, crickety. Crickety him right in his crickety.
Oh man, it's gonna be bad if we ever do like a Chinese
live
movie.
Show in Australia.
or your favorite Japan. But so after that, the sheriff leaves, right? Sheriff leaves, right? And then they're like, the wife hears a noise and is like, so what's that then? You know, like, it's like, okay, like, that's a cool way to say, what the fuck was that? I dig that, Australia. I liked it. It was cute. But anyways, so the dude is like, you know, you're pissing me off, right? Like, fuck you, and goes to sleep. So this chick's, like, staying, and she's, like, reading this fucking book. And you find out that this guy, it's like a scrapbook of their life, and she's all depressed, you know, because she loved the guy. And he thinks his whole life is bullshit, right?
Right.
From what I get out of the
right. She's so I popped these little monsters out of my twackety, and you crickety me made my crickety. Look, we're driving a fucking Mercedes. What a piece of crap. I mean, look, okay, over here, people think that a Mercedes-Benz is great. I got news for you. Everywhere else in the world, they're taxis and police cars. They're garbage, okay? And the only people who want to think they're a status symbol are moron friggin' Americans. But hey, let's move right the hell along, Mush. He can crickety him right in his crickety.
So after that, fucking the wife, she hears a noise, so she goes outside, right? And then the husband like pops up right behind her, and like they were getting close to having a moment where they might be like, oh yeah, we love each other, but then the fucking husband just is like, no, I'm gonna be a prick, and like says some fucked up shit, and fucking they end up going in, right? Then you get the Yowie growl and shit.
Yeah. Here, take that and use that in your next one. It's worth $1,000, okay?
So they're cooking
crikey, did you hear that? He cricketed him right in his crikety.
Oh, there's going to be so much hate. So they're cooking breakfast in the morning, and the dad, dude, whatever his name is, says he's going to go into town for some reason or whatever, right? So he takes off, and then you see that the creepers fucking out there creeping around
The kids
in the
wanted to go
bushes.
swimming by their own. And the
Yeah.
mama said, yeah, sure. Why not? They've been in this joint one day. They have no clue what kind of predators are floating around this place. They don't know what's going to eat their crikety right down to the creek and back, crickety. Because we're going to crickety him right in his crikety. And I want you to stay in the shallows. There's weird shit in the deeps over there. You know, when mom goes wandering off out from the house to go draw the fucking woods. Really?
No, this is when she goes.
Oh, this
and
is the
takes
shower. This is the
outdoor
Norman
shower.
date scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So
so
then-
creepy.
The kids are at the pond. The mom's butt ass naked outside in her front porch taking a shower. The creeper's getting closer and is just loving his moment.
Dude, the only thing he
And-
needed to do was like pull his jank out and start crickety and that right in the crickety, because that was just so wrong, dude. I mean, oh, he was licking his lips. I mean, it was just like,
Yeah, it
what are
was
you
bad.
doing, man? You can start lubing something up here in a minute. Oh, gonna crickety him right in his crickety.
Humping on a wombat.
Oh, gonna get me a tiny kangaroo down, Jack.
So it shows the kids in the pond again, and then you get Yowie vision, and the Yowie's like right there hiding behind a little 2-foot bush. And like, so you you get this like funny creep music when the fucking creeper dude's like getting closer to see the lady walking and shit. And the kids are throwing frisbees, all right, at this moment. And then the little boy, the little prick kid in his little Speedos,
His little banana
just
hammock.
automatically just takes the frisbee and tosses them all the way out in the bushes after his
Like,
dad
not even
told him
near the
about
girl. And
protecting
then
his...
talking about you go get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
How they
it
kicked
just-
him right in his crickety and told him to go get it.
Yeah, so the little...
You threw it
the
over there,
little
little
girl-
fucker. You go get it before I kick you right in your crickety.
Yeah, so the little girl has to go get it, and she hears the noise, and then she, like, sees the Yowie. You could tell she's, like...
Oh, yeah,
She's mind fucked by the Yowie
Yes.
right now.
She was, well, was that a mind thing? Did he
Yeah,
link with that little kid? Because I thought
no,
she could
we'll
like,
get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So
So-
after that, fucking the little girl's all fucking. She gets back, she grabs her shit, and she's just running. And the little boy's like, "What the fuck?" And then hears the noise, grabs his shit, and runs. Right. So then
Crickety, I got to get
The
my
lady-
hammock going. Hold on a minute.
the lady's walking around, and next thing you know, fucking cockatoos just start dropping
Yeah,
from the
I was
sky.
like, what the fuck? Is this the birds? What the fuck are these cockatoos? These are fruit
Literally,
eaters.
cockatoos are being tossed and thrown at this lady. And
They
she's
were
like,
they were like being shaken out of bird carriers right on her.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many they had, but it was awful.
Oh man, it was bad. So then fucking she runs and then she bumps into the fucking creeper while he was trying to
crikey.
creep on her.
He tried to grab her. He
Yeah.
tried to snatch her ass up, dude. That was like, what was fucking?
Exactly. So then the creeper's running and she's running and the creeper starts getting watched by the fucking Yowie. All right. And then then it cuts from that scene and it shows the dad dude at the market and he's on the phone talking business, I'm guessing. I don't know what the fuck the guy was saying, but he says, or after that, like, he's
Surely
on
we're
his
gonna
way
kick it
home.
right there, then kick it around the crockety, and then we're gonna kick it in the kickity, and then we're gonna kick it right in this crockety, okay? So come on out here and we'll kick it to you right in the crockety, and then we'll say crikey.
I'm so sorry, Australia. I love your hip hop, but after that,
That's not a cockatoo. This is a cockatoo.
So on his way home, the dad sees that creeper running from their house. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Was he in here? Were you boning him? Was you kicking him right in his crockety? You got me kicking him right in his crockety in front of the kids. I know you don't like the little demon bastards, but crikey, you're cricketing him in the crockety. Runner tags up on second. Still third. Rounding for home.
Oh, Oh.
Tagged out at home.
Oh. Whew. So the dude gets home and
The
he starts
Lobsters are
talking.
up by 3. Moving into the bottom of the 6th.
Oh. They get to talking and he's saying, you know, he just saw a fat guy running from the house. And the wife doesn't mention anything about bumping into the creeper when she was scared and shit like that. So then those two argue and then fucking...
We're back to domestic violence central. I mean, all it needed was like a slap in the face. That's all he would have needed to do.
But
hey,
he didn't
crikey,
do that. He
crickety
just
in your
walked right
crikety.
up to her. He just walked right up to her and he whispered in her ear. He never yelled at her. He just fucking... It was crazy.
I want you to think about something, bitch. When was the last time you treated me with anything but contempt? When was the last time you did anything but crickety me right in my crockety? If you wouldn't crickety me right in my crockety constantly, maybe I wouldn't be such a bastard. Think about that, bitch.
In nicer terms, but that's what he said. But so right after that, he gets pissed off.
They were pretty vicious terms that
Yeah,
he was slapping on her.
Yeah, I just didn't understand him. But
Because he cricketied her right in her crockety.
So he's at a rental, okay? They only have this place for a week, and he's out there fixing up the fence and shit like that, like just fucking hammering shit up.
They're in the national park.
Yeah.
So you need to improve it. Somebody else is going to be coming behind you. That's what he went to town for, was to get some nails to shore up the place. And maybe we'll stay here a couple of more weeks. That's what he said to her. Yeah, well, he said, I'm going to crickety you right in your crockety. But that was the idea, was he was going to shore it up a little bit so maybe they can stay longer.
So, yeah.
Because this is a free country, pig, and I'm going to stay here if I want to, because that's what he told that cop.
Yeah. And I'm going to blow your mind in a little while. But so
you keep saying that, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, so like the Yowie vision comes and the roar, and everyone hears the roar. The whole family does and everything. And then the dad says, "Oh, don't worry about that. That's a feral cat.
Yeah.
You know, just chill out." And then you see that the sheriff is up on the hill creeping to the left of Creeper McCreeperston. So we have Sheriff Creeper and Creepy, like literally like 50 feet down. That the sheriff, mind you, has no idea that Creepy McCreeperston is creeping. Okay, the sheriff is creeping on his own because of the other guy. The other guy told him, "Don't mind that guy. He's on his own thing in the beginning and shit." All right, so there's two people with their own agendas going on right now. All right, because Creepy really does, I think, want him some flesh.
He wants to party with Mama. Hey, come here, baby. Yeah. Let me show you how I can. Yeah, let me. I am Groot. Let me move this up for you real quick. I am Groot.
Yeah. So, like, the dude gets ready for bed at his house in the little cottage, and then you get Yowie vision coming up to the window, right? And then the little girl starts hearing shit.
Yeah, right? Weird sounds in her brain.
Yeah.
Weird voices in her head. Like
ring around the rosie. Yeah. Just all kinds of weird shit.
Like it was luring the kid outside as though, Biggie was going to eat her.
It was weird.
He was going to crickety her right in her fucking crockety.
Crikey. So then the sheriff's creeping a little bit more, and then you fully get the little girl's fucking possession. She fully fucking goes psycho, pops her head up, and is now being controlled at this moment by the Yowie. And she's getting up and everything, and fucking, what's it called? The Yowie starts fucking up the fence that the guy just was working on at this moment and starts beating the shit out of it.
I like my fence the way I put it before you, crockety. Not crickety my crockety.
So then the sheriff fucking ends up driving away or driving towards where they are, because he got down further to his car, I guess, at this moment. The little girl starts going towards like where the fucking Yowie is, and the mom has to go get her. The sheriff fucking rolls up on the house while in this moment and start arguing with the fucking the father dude or whatever.
Yeah, the prick. Dad. He's running around.
Yeah. So then they're yelling at each other. Then the parent together, and then the fucking dude gives his wife an ultimatum of some sort. I didn't understand what the fuck they said at that moment.
Well, I think I'm gonna quit my job and start working out of the house. I'm tired of building metal and glass structures. Maybe back to nature. And
yeah,
she
he
cricketed
gave
him
us some
right
kind
to
of
crikety
ultimatum
after
on
that
it,
because I couldn't understand shit what happened after that. But basically, it was like you're gonna stop being a miserable cunt, and I'm gonna live at home. So you can't be a miserable cunt and me live there too.
Yeah. And so right at this moment, Creepy McCreeperston makes a noise, and the dad sees him and runs outside and fucking catches him and fucking punches him straight in the gut, right? Now, Creepy has never in his life been injured, I don't think, because he got punched in his gut and it was like he got shot.
Yeah,
and not only shot, but shot in the heart.
And the Oscar for horrible
like
acting goes to Creepy McCreeperston from
he
Spook,
couldn't even understand why he got punched. It was like you saw all that. Like that was an Oscar-winning. Like
I don't think
watch the fucking movie just for that.
I don't think Creepy was all there. I think Creepy was, like a couple of sandwiches short of a Happy Meal.
Yeah. I think
like
so.
He might have been short the sandwich and the fries of a Happy Meal. I mean, all that bitch had was like the milk and the little apples.
Yeah. So after this, okay, Creepy gets told to fuck off, right? So Creepy's sad. He's hurt. His heart is broken because he doesn't understand why he has so much pain in his stomach. And then the Yowie starts chasing Creepy because it's like, fuck you, you're some sick fuck. You die, Yowie rules.
Yowie. Now
Yowie catches this dude, and you just get.
That's better acting than the movie was.
Blood.
Right. You hear like the Yowie's like munching on his internals or something, but you never see any blood or anything else. It's just like, okay, so creepy got crickety right in his crickety, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
Should we take this time to stop and say to the shout outs in the lounge to say hi to the people that are out there? Well, why don't we do that? Because you're on camera and we'll see who's hanging out there tonight. I see here Rock City Marco's hanging in the hangout out there as well.
Rock City.
Midnight Hailstrom and Raymond Lopez. How you doing out there, Raymond?
Everybody loves Raymond.
Starshine. Glad you could be out there with us. Sam Rivera and Dave Jackson as well. Collier Wilmus. That's right. Balls to the forest. It's still going to happen. It's just going to be a little bit different. Dean Cooper. Glad you could be out there, buddy. You're always one of our biggest backers hanging out. Let's see who else is in the house tonight. Rod Dupree is always in the place to be.
In the place to be.
That's right. We're going to crickety us right in our crikety. Let's see who else is hanging out there as well. Collier Wilmus says, feral cat in my ass. Yeah, we figured that out here in a little bit.
It was, what do they call him? The
crickety, him right in his crockety. I don't know. It was.
What are those bears called in Australia that they say are koala bears that jump down?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
They fuck with tourists and tell them to watch out for these fake bears that attack you. I forget the name. Someone's gonna say it in the chat room.
Yeah, I've heard it. I just can't pick it up what it is in the middle of my mind. Well, boy, is that really all that's out there tonight? It is kind of the 4th of July, so I guess I shouldn't expect too
Everybody's
much.
getting drunk.
There's some new ones out there. Lillian Abbas. I knew there were some new ones out there as well. And Juan Santana. I don't think he liked the show very much. That's okay. At least he showed up. I got a view for it anyhow. Thanks a lot, buddy. Let's see. I think that's really going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Who's Out There in the Lounge, bitches. Let's get back to crickety and house right in the crikety. That way we can crikety the hell out of here.
Yep. So after that,
Creep is dead, and
the sheriff starts creeping, and so the wife goes to the pond to go swim, and the Yowie creeps on the wife. Okay, there's a lot of creeping going on in here, and so the Yowie uses his magical penis and makes a whirlwind inside. Now it's a tricky scene. You got to get the shadows and everything towards the bush. But in the water, he's wiggling, doing the helicopter kind of thing, and makes a whirlpool in the pond that this chick is swimming in. and like it starts blowing her downstream basically, and she like swims up, and like the yowie just goes away, I guess. And so right after that, the fucking cockatoos are back raining from the sky, attacking this fucking lady. Them fucking cockatoos did not like this lady at
No,
all.
man.
So
They were like the birds, dude. They were still shaking them birds right up them carriers on her head.
The wife hears growls and she starts running. The sheriff starts creeping on the wife, but doesn't hear the yowie or any of this dick whirlpool going on. The dad and the kids are out walking a hike and everything. And like when they're like up on the ridge, the dad sees that the wife has gotten home and then gets in the car and fucking drives off. And then right after that, the sheriff's driving behind her. So he knows the sheriff was up there creeping, because there's a lot of creepy crikeys going on in the crockety. Got me doing it. But now, so this is where the mind fuck happens. Okay? The wife is going into town. She is scared. She is worried about her family. She doesn't tell her family that she's worried about them. She instead goes and tries to get help immediately without telling their family where she's going.
Right.
So she goes to the ranger's office.
Yeah.
And she's inside the ranger's office. And who walks up? Well, he's the ranger. His thing is no longer a sheriff.
Yeah, he's completely changed jobs mid-movie.
Ranger. It's like they said, no, you know what? Fuck it. You know, it makes more sense. We'll make him a ranger.
hey, since he's a ranger now, don't you think we should go back and reshoot those shots that we made him a sheriff?
Yeah.
No, crackety him right in his cricky.
So, yeah, mind fuck right there. So, you find out, like, that's the whole M. Night Shyamalan and damn a ding dong about it, and the whole twist. And so that's the most exciting part of the movie. But the wife and him have a conversation about what's going on out there, and he kind of like is like being sarcastic but being honest and says, yeah, there's a big hairy beast out there and he's gonna eat you kids. And you know, and it's like he did tell the truth, but like he was like, he didn't know how to fucking tell her. He could have been like, look, lady, you know what, I don't know how to tell you this, but there is something out there. You could have just said that, and that lady would have been like, okay, what do I do? Let's go.
We're gonna crikey him right in his crickety.
Yeah.
Couldn't understand
But no, she doesn't say that. So then, what's it called? Right after that, fucking the wife goes and buys a gun. Like, literally right after talking to this dude.
She just like rolls into the sporting goods shop,
buys some ammo, buys a fucking rifle. Guy shakes her hand, says fucking g'day, and fucking the sheriff walks up and is like, so blah, you know, yakety schmackety, don't talk baggity and all that shit. And then fucking, so she drives home, right? Literally, like, after that scene of the wife, like, with the husband, she's, you know, cleaning the gun, like, look at me, I'm more man than you.
She literally looked like a sniper. She's in there just wiping down her gun with that look in her eye, like, I'm gonna kill your ass. Like, go ahead and crickety my crickety tonight, motherfucker. I got news for you. He's like, hey, where'd you learn to clean that gun? She's like, lots of things you don't know about me, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, like, they end up going to bed, and then you get the fucking ring around the rosy. And then the little girl gets possessed again and fucking walks out of her bed all Frankensteinish. She goes up to the gun, takes the fucking ammo out of the gun, puts the gun back and everything, and then fucking what's it called? Fucking, oh wait. No, this is the first possession. She didn't take the gun yet, all right? Hold on. The wife hasn't even got home yet. You know what? Fuck all that. We'll skip all that bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's not important.
So the wife gets back and she fucking says she's staying, tells the dude, and then the fucking ranger and the guy are in the car talking about the fucking yowie, and what the fuck do we say? That, you know...
Well, there's a thing out there. We've never seen that thing out there before, but we know that thing's out there, and it's going to kill them if he stays. So we're going to have to convince them that the thing's out there, okay?
Yeah.
Crickety him right in his crickety.
Right after that, the fucking husband and wife, they're talking about something. I don't know what the fuck they were saying. And then the fucking ranger sheriff and the guy fucking come to their house and they're like, hey, you know what? There's a fucking spook out there, blah, 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 blah. You guys got to get out of here. And the dude just basically tells those guys to fuck off. And then the fucking they leave, and the ranger has a conversation with the guy that draws out for a little bit. And then the fucking ranger ends up calling some fucking guy. I don't know who the fuck he was.
Nobody knows.
He looked like a fucking casino owner.
It's definitely not Paul Hogan.
You know, but like he's like telling them about what's going on and everything like that, right? So he wants some kind of papers to evict these people from the place that they rented and shit. So at this next scene, the family's playing like Monopoly, and the fucking girl's fucking getting all creepy looking. She's like got this weird look on her face. They keep on like panning to her, and she has a weird face. And then she gets possessed, and that's when she fucking goes and takes the bullets out and all of that. So right after this, the fucking Yowie attacks the fucking house. And
he fucks that house
windows
up,
and
dude.
shit.
Yeah, dude, he busts that house up. Did you notice? Oh, so she lights a torch, right? She grabs a panel of wood and lights a torch to chase. Did you notice that fine lead-based paint burning on the end of that bitch? Black pillars of smoke coming off of it. Oh, yeah, that would have been real healthy for everybody. Crikey!
Yeah, it was bad. But so after that, the fucking thing's fucking up the door. It's beating the shit out of the cottage everywhere, busting holes. The fucking wife waves that fucking death stick of fire, and then you hear this like, and no joke, that's exactly what it sounded like. And then it was like, ow!
I was like, is this Scooby-Doo all of a sudden?
Yeah, it was so funny. So then fucking right after that, fucking the hubby, the dude, the husband, fucking, he fucking runs and cowers with the children in the middle of the room, and then the fucking Yowie kicks the fucking door in, and then the fucking wife goes and I think grabs the kettle of fucking water.
Hot water, yeah.
Badass in this
She
movie.
was, dude.
And then she takes the kettle of hot boiling water and throws it at the fucking Yowie, and then you hear those funny fucking yells. Just, this is going off. And fucking right after that, the fucking like, I guess like some time had went by, and the fucking parents wake up, and then the fucking like they're like, oh, it must have went away, but nope. Fucking right then and there attacks and fucking like this time they have nowhere else to go. They're like into this room, and the Yowie busts that fucking door, and the fucking like dad gets the gun and like fucking misses twice. The only bullets that they fucking had,
right.
And then fucking like you just get this like, and then you finally see the fucking Yowie.
Oh,
and it's just this like 5 foot football player covered in mops. And then that's right when you just and you just hear that funny scream, and you find out that the ranger came to save the day with the other guy. And
we're gonna crocodile that Yowie right in his crickety.
So a little like maybe like 10-15 minutes has passed, right? And they're like talking to everyone about what happened, and they look down at it, and fucking the thing is fucking melting like a gremlin.
Yeah. And well, that's why they've never been found before, because they deteriorate in under an hour. How the hell would he know that? No one's ever seen one before.
Yeah,
must have been in the script, mate.
But it was melting like a fucking gremlin. So,
but then all of a sudden.
Well, see, they're leaving the fucking cabin, right? And what's it called? The fucking people leave and everything, and then the ranger and the guy are standing there, and they say it's yakety schmackety back to each other, and then fucking you hear like 2 of these fucking Yowies go off, and then so they're like, oh shit, and then you hear the funky Yowie. They end the movie with that yell too, and it's the last you hear. And
He's gonna cricket us right now, crikey. Jump in the truck and hauled ass, and that was how this whole shitstorm wrapped up. I gotta say, honestly, I enjoyed it. It was for the campiness, the silliness of it, the fact that it was Yowies and not Bigfoot was a nice little change. The acting was horrible, but we expect that in these freaking B-class movies anyhow.
Next time, subtitles.
Subtitles, yes, definitely. Make sure you put subtitles in with anything that comes from Australia, because we just can't understand you fucking people. You say you speak English, but we're just I don't know. I don't know.
War zone, right?
Exactly. Time to kangaroo down, Jack. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of the Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. Wes, 1 thumbs up. Rating 1 to 5. 1 to 5 foots.
2 feet. I mean,
2
it's
feet.
funny. I want you to watch it clearly just to watch how this guy gives an Oscar-winning performance when he gets punched in the gut. But I want everybody to just totally see the M. Night Shyamalan fucking effect of the sheriff morphing into the ranger.
To the ranger, and nobody.
He was like a skinwalker.
That's right. Absolutely.
I bet he was the Yowie.
Very well, could have been. That's going to do it for us this week. No after hangout this week because it's the 4th of July, and I'm going to go blow shit up. And Wes has got shit to do, too. So join us Wednesday night for Squatchers Lounge Podcast as we talk about the Philippine Island Bigfoot. Really? Apparently, it's a thing. So we'll find out all about that Wednesday night at 8 p.m., maybe 9. We'll see. Thanks for watching Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly from your old pal Wes Lausner of WesLausner.com. I'm the host of this mess, the Reverend Jeff Kelly, saying, may the Squatch be with you.
In your butthole.
Gonna crickety you right in your crikety.
In your crockety.
Crikey. We're gonna crickety the crickety me. Brockety crockety.
I about
That was the
crickety
one
my
thing we missed.
crackety today.
There were look, you cannot have a movie about Australia without crocodiles. No crocodiles in this movie.
Yeah, why were you letting them kids swim? Them fuckers live everywhere, don't they?
Well, crocodiles are normally saltwater, but they have alligators and caiman and all kinds of crazy crap. Y'all just watch Spook. It was all right.
Yeah,
See
but
y'all
there's
next week.
like